here with Coco and Dick, and we're talking about being creative through lockdown. So I'm on a little bit of a high because I just performed my spoken word piece Silence on an open mic channel through JNR Williams and his open mic event that he usually does them live. He usually has events in places, but I've never been able to go to them because they're downstairs in basements and no lift and all this jazz. So I was so psyched, I was so happy and so excited to have the prospect of even being considered to go live and perform, and all the artists that were part of it. Sorry, Dick's being a bit of a anyway. So I think I was really excited at the prospect of even being live, but seeing all the artists and the amazing sort of connections this guy has, it's crazy. And this video is just a big up to my guy JNR Williams. Like, we've been through so much creatively, and he's a really great friend, and we've done, like I said, we've done so much together. I mean, we started at Rich Mix. We started working at Rich Mix, not together, but we worked in the same place for a long time, and it was just, I wanted to collaborate with someone, and I heard that he sang, and you know, I was like, we should do something together. And it started off with my what's it called? Take a Closer Look. So Take a Closer Look was an event that I did back in 2013. What? 2013, and it was crazy. It was, so basically I had been nominated, or I guess I'd been put forward to do a wild card at Sadlers Wells, and I'd never, I mean, this was at the very beginning of my career, and I'm incredibly grateful for Jane Hackett, to Emma Gladstone, I'm trying to think, Emma Gladstone, there was Molly Sanders, I'm trying to think of all the people at Sadlers that sort of were involved, Emily Jameson, is that her? I think that's her married name now, oh no, yeah, anyway, so, but all these amazing people who are a party to developing my wildcard, and I can't big up the Sadlers Wills team, so amazing. I'm gonna see, let's have a look. So lights was Anthony Hatley, Simon Young, technician, Roman, and let's have a look. Oh gosh, I want to say Franklin. Oh no, I'm so sorry, lovely, I've forgotten your name, but I know Fraser. Sorry. So Fraser, and all these amazing people who made my wild night happen. Wild night? Wild card happen. Yeah, so I had a concept of doing this whole performance in the round. So for anybody who doesn't know, in the round means where you have audience on all sides. And I was bringing together pieces, or I commissioned one piece, I guess. Yeah, I guess I did. So for this event, it was crazy. I was curator, performer, producer, you know, marketing. I did everything for it. Obviously, I had Sadlers Wells as support, financially, as well as sort of creatively, not creatively, but for the space. And it was amazing. So I was trying to curate a night called Take a Closer Look, and it was focusing on like MS, and multiple sclerosis is the condition that I have. So it opened with a piece by Shakti Gomez, which was essentially a film that sort of so it followed me from my home 2 Sadlers wells, and it took, she literally came in the car with me, we were filming, and she did some creative editing for the drive, which is 25 minutes long. However, it played as people were coming in, and the idea was that everybody was supposed to go down in the lift to get to the space, but I think due to time it was difficult to logistically have that happen. But it was the idea of the wheelchair user experience that I wanted to get out there, and as part of that there was like an obstacle course that I created with some students, and it was wow, Ruta and oh my gosh, lovely, I'm so sorry, I've forgotten, but I can see your faces really clearly, and I such a big up to what you created and stuff. And I'm gonna put a little, so you can see a little bit of what they created here, and and blew my mind. And it was so creative how these students were just creating things out of nothing, but just so this obstacle course was stuff like ramps, trying to get over stuff, and in the wheelchair. So I hired a couple of wheelchairs, and people could go in them and use the course. And some people found it fun, some people found it difficult, and I'm not sure if the idea came across, because the fact is you're supposed to do it by yourself, but I think with help it's easier to do, but if you didn't have the strength in your arms to be able to propel a wheelchair, it's hard, and doing it up ramps and over little obstacles was difficult. Anyway, so that was at the beginning, like prior to the show, and that was great. I was really appreciative of that, and the team, I guess Karina Productions and Visionary Films, I guess, is now Chris Roderick and Neil, the company that sort of, I'm not sure if they've dispersed or if they're still going, but I think they're doing their own thing now. And I know that Chris is doing sort of wedding videos and filming and stuff, and Neil, I'm not too sure what Neil's up to, but I'm gonna shout out to him, or at least this is a video shouting out, being like, I really appreciate all the work that you did to sort of capture the night, and I'm incredibly grateful. But yeah, I'm hoping at some point to stream the footage, and it is accessible, but I think what I wanted to do is I wanted to give a part of the profit of the ticket sales to the MS Society for just because that's what I do as part of my brand, LauraDDances. I give anything I sell, like my merchandise, 25% goes to the MS Society and 75% comes to funding me as an artist. So there's something in that, and watch this space, I guess, because I'd like to stream all the performances and have it go to charity. Anyway, just to go a little bit into the performances now, commissioned a couple of pieces, or like I asked people to collaborate with each other to create pieces that are based on sort of MS specifically, or sort of the trouble or the angst or the anxiety about having MS. So we had Hakeem, amazing Hakeem, Mr. Impact. We collaborated on a piece called Human back in 2012, and and then basically for my wildcard night we developed it to make it a bit more specific, and he amazing, because they're a creative director person, so he brought in another dancer, Keanu Wilson, big up, and for me, and so he recorded me talking and used it as part of the soundscape for our piece. so sick, so sick. Here's a little, yeah, well, I started playing it a little bit earlier when I was talking about it. So I was incredibly grateful for their contribution to it, and yeah, so amazingly talented people. And then yeah, so I come to this now because I started off this segment with Junior, and basically this is the first collaboration that we ever did together, and it was on his song Sweet Sunrise. So beautiful. And what I really wanted to do, just generally in my work, I like to make my work accessible, or try to make it as accessible, or trying to use the elements of access within the art, so then it's a bit more cohesive and a bit more accessible for people. So it made me laugh because Junior's like, I don't dance. And then I was like, you will, and I'm gonna make you dance. But not make you dance, but like I just wanted to get some movement. And it's funny, isn't it, like choreographing walking, we do it every day, but when you put 5, 6, 7, 8 to walking, it's a bit like, where do my feet go? Don't watch that, it's all good. Junior, so much love for you. Anyway, yeah, so we did a beautiful piece, and like working with Jeni Draper, and so she's a British Sign Language interpreter, and I got her feedback about signing the actual words, and then I created my dance movement around it, so we all performed at the same time. So it was her doing the interpreting, it was me sign dancing, I guess, and then it was Junior singing live. Oh my god, and like one of my favorite pieces ever. And I'm just so grateful, and I love this guy. This guy's amazing. So yeah, I guess we could talk about the rest of the pieces. Let's have a look. What came next? Chi-Lin, Chanelle, and Oktawia. So these are all my friends. I've met them through various points of my life. Oktawia is quite a long life friend. Chi I met through East London Dance, and Chanelle, randomly we went to Belgium together, and we collaborated there and met Bram and did amazing things out there, and it was great. So I wanted to put them all together, and they did a piece based on experience that I had about the beginning of my MS, when I went to my doctors and they told me I didn't have anything. You're too young to have anything, here's some paracetamol type of thing. And obviously I got MS. Anyway, but yeah, that was an amazing effort, an amazing collaboration that they did and pulled together quite quickly. I say quite quickly, they had time, and they pulled it off, and it was great. So there's a great use of singing, like music, different styles, and yeah, just very, very proud of them and what they achieved. Come on to 10k Mega, and a piece that, yeah, it was great. It turned out amazing. So he was working with PJ Pasquale, and she put together her team of like her super team of dancers. So we had Shyno and Xena, Gusthart, and wow, super mega talented people. And the choreo, obviously their locking and stuff was great. The concept came from 10k, and based on the literal sort of meaning, or the literal sort of, I suppose, the literal MS, on how I explained it to him, was this idea of when your nerves, because basically your nerves, they work like this automatically, and the synapses and the messages go through straight. But so this is how it's explained to me. When you have MS, your nerves are damaged, so the myelin is damaged in the nerves, so your messages don't go like this, they go like this. so it's slower. And the reason I assume that people they suffer from fatigue is because the messages, it takes that much more effort, that much more, you know, to get through. So it takes it out of you. So, you know, and it affects different parts of the body and all this kind of stuff. So I think with that, he came up with the idea of his concept. And then PJ brought it to life through dance. And he brought in Sonitus, the band that he loves, or worked with, or photographed. And they brought Autumn Leaves, their original song, to the piece. And it was great. And I was very grateful for that collaboration. There's also a video that was cut that I'm not sure who cut it again. It might have been 10K, but yeah, so he put together a video which played at the beginning of the first half, I think. I can't remember now, but yeah. And then we had myself and Chi-Lin, Sardines Dance Collective. We did one of our first versions of Me and You, which is a piece about dance competition. And you don't see, I don't know, yeah, I mean, at the time I didn't know of much sort of inclusive dance theatre that sort of played on competition. Hey, sorry about that. So we did a piece called Me and You, and it played on the competition, like sort of the Strictly Come Dancing competition type aspect of stuff. And we played with different dance styles, and there's a little, you know, I think both of us really enjoy sort of comedy and dance, and we get on really well, which is why I say we run the company. She runs the company, and I'm an associate director, and we work really well together. So that was a really fun piece. And then it ended with my solo. Yeah, I'm just trying to think, was that all of them? No, it wasn't. CoDa dance. Nikki, her mom has MS, and so she's got quite a strong connection to MS and multiple sclerosis, and works with lots of people. And so she brought in her dance company and did a piece. Amazing. So I'm trying to think how many. Human, Sweet Sunrise, Cheese piece, Nikki's piece, 10K's piece, yeah, Sardines, and then my solo, Marionette. So the solo I created in 2013 as part of Blueprint. That's where it premiered, and then it had different iterations. And so based on Marionette, the Civil War's song, the lyrics, and quite a strong concept of, I say strong concept, I think it was very, very much to do with sort of discovering MS and how I got MS, and you know, the way it made me feel, the way it physically looked. So there was a lot of jerking, there was a lot of in terms of dance styles, there was locking, crumping, this kind of thing that I try to bring to light through Marionette. And then we see quite lyrical stuff with the Marionette song. And there's been a few iterations, and there's so I used Mano de Lago's Uberhang, and I love this guy. I mean, his music is beautiful, and the way he plays his instrument is beautiful. So yeah, I think I just wanted to big up to JNR Williams, because I was able to be on his live Instagram, and it's a different thing now for me to do spoken word, and I'm really looking forward to developing my own spoken word, the way I sort of come across and deliver, as well as creating new work and productions out of it. So, you know, so much love for you, dude. And yeah, this is a node to you. No, I'm joking. I'm incredibly grateful for everything that we've done together, and you know, your continual love and support. I'm just incredibly grateful. So that's me out. Woo. And Dick as well. So yeah, okay, bye.